know that you can find jellyfish in the middle of Kansas? When we think of all the different animals that we can find in Kansas, probably the last animal that you can think about is a jellyfish, right? Well, that is because this particular species, Crapeduscus obvervi, is a freshwater jellyfish and is also an invasive species. Crapeduscus obvervi, aka Crosby, belongs to the phylum Cinaria and to the class Hydrozoa. And it's an incredible small animal in comparison to the typical image that we have of a jellyfish. Jellyfish in general have a particular and complex life cycle because they can take in two different body forms, medusa and polyp. Polyps can reproduce asexually, bonding themselves, while the medusa spawn eggs and sperm to reproduce sexually. In the case of Crosby, they usually stay in the polyp phase almost all the time, and only under certain and really specific conditions they could take the medusa phase, and it's in that moment where we can see them with the human eye. When they are in the polyp phase, they are usually really tiny, so you might need a microscope to see them, in comparison when they are in the medusa phase. It's also really hard to detect them on time, so what we could do for this problem? Well, the answer is environmental DNA, or simply eDNA. eDNA is the organismal DNA that we can find in the environment, like scale, skin, feathers, or even in the hair. We know that DNA is the molecule that carries the genetic information that is found in the organism cells, and their components are the same for all organisms. But what changes is the order of these components. The information in the DNA of a cell can tell us the species of the organism to which belongs, similar to find a culprit of a crime scene, but in this case an invasive species. So to collect eDNA to detect Crosby, we can sample a water body, like a lake, a pond, or even a river. Then this DNA is sequenced using PCR and metabarcoding, and finally the sequence is used to identify if the DNA structure corresponds to Crosby. If it's so, we can prevent Crosby becomes a problem in the future as an invasive species. eDNA is the perfect tool for detecting invasive species that really is small and invisible to human eyes.
Here are some pictures from a sample and DNA extraction trying to find Crosby in a tiny lake during a workshop, and we got positive results.